Start. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahato samma sambuddhassa. All right. Let us now continue from the last bit that we have to complete on the synthesis of the Pachayas. Let me share the screen for everyone. So do we have any questions from what we covered last week? First of all.
Bhante,
Yes.
can you please, I missed few lessons because I was in Sri Lanka. Can you let me know the significance of this, 24 patches? We did it into 4 groups: object, decisive support, karma, and presence. Yeah. And what is the significance
right.
of this?
That significance is, now when we have the 24 Pachayas being divided into 4 groups, what is the reason? The answer to that would be the 4 groups itself. The 24 Pachayas, in their nature, right, in their inert nature, how they work, they can, in that nature of how they work, how that law unfolds or essentially works, really, we know that that structure has been categorized into 4 sections: object, decisive, karma, presence. All the parts of the 24 Pachayas are divided up into these 4 to represent the way that it naturally works. Right? Now, if we would take presence, when we look at all the Pachayas that are found under presence condition, we are talking about Dhammas, phenomena that must arise together or temporarily overlap in their sequence between arising and passing, where the phenomena meet at one point, even temporarily, and support in the arising or the continuity or the strength of the other conditioned states. Is that clear, everyone? Now see, yes. What that would then mean is they must be or arise together or temporarily overlap, the conditioning and the conditioned. Object would mean what are the Pachayas which gives a predominant importance to this object. Then you would find all those Pachayas there. What are the Pachayas where the mind completely bends, is ruled, governed by the conditioned states that arise? Decisive support. Is that clear, everyone? So now we find at the moment or in the phenomena coming to be, what phenomena arise together or temporarily overlap with each other. When taking the 24 Pachayas, all of those Pachayas would be under presence. What phenomena in their arising gives a predominant importance to the object that is comprehended? All of that will be found under object. What phenomena would have a determining role in the pathway taken by mind? That would be indecisive support. And what phenomena act as come asynchronous? They can, what that means is it happened some time ago, right? The conditioning state arises can have arose in the past, but it is giving rise now. Or it can arise in the present and is giving rise later on, right? That is under karma pacha. It is unique in comparison to all other pachayas. Karma. Do you understand? Is that clear, Nalini? Sorry.
Yes, Bhante. Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Very well. Right. Now, where did we stop last week? Yes, let us. Can't hear you as yet.
I thought you were going to do chapter 9 today.
No, we did not finish.
Oh, we didn't finish this.
Bhante,
Someone is excited to finish this chapter. I think not only one, a couple of you are quite excited to finish this chapter. Yes.
Bhante, we
Yeah.
stopped in page 324. Now we have to do 28, the summary. 324, we were doing
The last bit, I hurried,
the last bit that you hurried.
hurried through the last bit, and
Yes.
and we were not happy. So then I said, okay, don't worry, let's do it as we did in the beginning. Let's do it. So you must have that chit with you, that sort of
We did the chart,
Yeah.
right? Okay, so I think
You
it,
did that,
but the last
And-
paragraphs on 324, we were quite tired, I think, and you said you'll do that again.
not that I was
Yes.
tired to finish.
We were tired.
So
I think you thought it would be good to go. So we were tired, Bhante.
I think it is from of remaining conditions. That is the section where we need to do.
That's the last. That's
Yeah.
the last
So
paragraph
before-
before summary.
Yes.
I think we should start on 322, guide to 27. That's what we were continuing.
No, that,
Bhante, page 322, guide to 24, and
Yeah.
then we continue to page 324.
no. Please turn to page number 324. Right. This last paragraph here. This is what we are going to be doing today. Right.
Okay.
Of the remaining conditions.
Remaining conditions. Okay.
Okay. Right. Of the remaining conditions, right. Of the remaining conditions, the following 11 are always included within presence condition.
Presence condition.
So see whether in that A4 sheet or that notebook, I told you to make a note, see if you have root,
Yes.
Athens,
Yes.
mutuality, resultant, nutriment, faculty, jhana, path, association, non-disappearance, and post-nascence.
We have it.
Yes.
The following 5 are always included in decisive support condition: proximity, continuity, repetition, absence, disappearance.
Yeah,
Right.
we have it.
Yes.
I must now, Hari, now, let us now focus on, this is the part that I rushed, this part, beginning, this whole part here, right? So now, let us go to root. Why is root in present condition? Why is root in present condition, everyone? Why is root in present condition? Any answers there? Geeta, are you trying to say something over there? What is presence condition? As I just mentioned, it must arise together or temporary overlap, supporting its arising or its continuity, its existence, right? Conditioning and conditioned. What is root condition? Root condition, based upon root condition, there are so many dhammas that arise. Do those dhammas arise without the root being in it? Exactly. That is the reason. Is that clear, everyone? Presence. It must be present. Right? Is that understandable? Clear? Right? Let us pull up the chart. Right. Let us pull up the chart. Now, see here. Root condition number 1. We have the 6 roots being the conditioning state. The 6 roots being the conditioning state, what arises as a result? 71 rooted chittas, 52 chetasikas, excluding delusion, right? Excluding delusion. With 2 delusion-rooted chittas, matter born of rooted chittas, karma born matter at rooted rebirth. Now, let's forget about the roots. Look at this. 6 roots. When a somanasa sahagata jnana sampayutta asankaraka citta arises, where is the root? The root is present in it or not? Yes or no? Right? It is present through the Chaitasika Dhammas. Right? So hence, now what do we find here? Why is it present? Because the 6 roots or the whatever roots of that respective consciousness is present with the conditioned state. The roots are the conditioning state, and it is present with the conditioned states. Is that clear, everyone? Is that clear? Is anyone confused? Right? Now look at this. Again, now let us think about Somanasagata, Jnana Sampayutta, Asankarika. Right? Somanasagata, Jnana Sampayutta, Asankarika. So it is a Trihetuka Chitta. Trihetuka, there are all 3 of the wholesome roots are present in that consciousness. Correct, everyone? The 3 roots, alobha, adosa, amoha, are present within, or how are they present? They are present as Chaitasika Dhamma supporting the consciousness. Is that not correct, everyone? Right? Is that understood? Right? They are Chaitasika Dhammas. Now, what is presence? Attipacchaya. Attipacchaya is when we require, or that law requires rather, that it arises together or supports the workings of the conditioned state. Is that clear? So now, the alobha, adosa, and amoha, the 3 wholesome roots, non-greed, non-hatred, non-delusion, right, which is the conditioning state for these conditioned states that arise as a result of that, the roots are present. So does the root and the conditioning state and the conditioned state, does it not arise together, or at least even temporary overlap? It arises together, right? Supporting the conditioned state. Is that clear? So it is attipacchaya. Is there any confusion with regards to that? Anyone? Is there any confusion with regards to what was just said? No confusion? Is it clear? Noeline, how may I help? Hmm?
If you can explain that again, Bhante, please.
Okay. So presence condition, right? These always arise, always are included within presence condition. So these states do not appear, right? These conditions do not appear under any other of the columns. It is always under presence, meaning when they arise, the conditioning states and the conditioned states, right, arise together or temporary overlap. Do you understand by the meaning of temporary overlap? Meaning between the time from arising to its complete demise, right? It will meet its maker, if I am to put it in that way. It will meet, even temporarily, it will meet the conditioning state which led to its arising. Do you understand? Is that clear? Is that part clear? Just that. Right? Meaning they don't need to arise together, right? They can. So we here have connaissance, right? In root, what we have is a 6 roots: greed, hatred, delusion, non-greed, non-delusion. So whatever the root might be, the root, which is a conditioning state, must arise together or temporary overlap within the course of existence of the conditioned state. Does that make sense?
So
Right?
Bhante, during this period of overlapping, the conditioning state has to support the conditioned state.
The conditioning state has to support, the support is always there.
Support is there.
Why? Because of the support, the conditioning state leads to or supports the arising of the conditioned state. Right? Now, if you look at the chart again, the support is always there. Why? Because the complex of the 6 roots, whatever the root might be, whether it is Trihetuka, Dvihetuka, or Ekahetuka, all of those roots support its conditioned states. That is why we say it like this: 6 roots and the conditioned state. This is there because it supports. Right? For example, object condition, the second one, this supports this. Yeah, this conditioning state of object condition, Aramana Pacha, supports the conditioned state of Aramana Pacha. So the support is there.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, thank you, Bhante.
Yeah, so these roots support the arising of this, and not only does it support, it exists time-wise. They exist parallel. Is that clear? Yeah, it is not, as we know in the workings of Chitta and Chetasika, they do not arise, the Chetasikas don't arise before the Chitta. They arise together, take the same object, they demise together, right? In that manner, root condition always comes under presence condition. Is that clear? Okay, everyone, any more questions? Right.
Hamdurune, is Padma here? Hamdurune. In the chart, it says you exclude the delusion ones. I wasn't very clear what that was about. If you
Okay.
look at the chart again.
Yes. Right. Here. Why are we excluding the delusion?
Yeah.
That's the question, right?
Yes.
Okay. So 6 roots, 71 rooted chittas, 52 chetasikas, excluding delusion, conasant with 2 delusion rooted chittas. Why? Because delusion as chitta matter born of karma born, delusion is already delusion present with 2 delusion rooted chittas. We are not excluding all delusion. We are only excluding the delusion of delusion rooted chittas. Why?
Okay.
Because that delusion exists in the lobe and the dosa.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Yeah.
Is that clear?
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. So it will be repetition, repeated.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have to include.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Now we are going on to connaissance, everyone. Connaissance. Now is root clear? Now we go on to connaissance, which is kind of like a no-brainer, right? Why? Because connaissance, now the question is, everyone, please do not complicate it. The question is simple. What are the dhammas that arise and pass, and during this time of arising and passing, arise together or temporary overlaps with the conditioning, with its respective conditioned states? Is that clear? That is simply the question, right? Presence condition is simply that. So we are now picking out what are the relations which will come under presence because of what? They only need to do one thing: temporary arise together or temporary overlap. Simply that. Is that clear? What should overlap? If you're going to ask me that question, what should overlap? The conditioned states, because they are the ones that arise, no, as a result of the conditioning in most places other than pre-nascence, pre-nascence, post-nascence. Other than post-nascence, right? The usual case is the conditioning state arises first in supporting the conditioned state to arise. That's the usual thing, right? Simply that. Now we are looking at the timeline. Now, when they arise, now let us ask the question, why is a nanakanika karma, asynchronous karma, in presence condition? Can you tell me, Noeline?
No, Bhante.
Huh?
I don't know the answer.
Now think about it. Presence asynchronous karma. What is asynchronous karma?
Just Nana is something. Nana.
Not nanakara, nanakanika. Right? Nanakanika karma. Nanakanika karma is, I am to do something now, a karma, which is going to bear fruit 70 years in the future. Or I have done something in the past 10 years ago, 20 years ago, and it is going to bear fruit tomorrow. There is a gap between the time of action, the time of karmic development, right? Or rather, when we cultivate or the action, the karma happens, and the karma vipaka. Is that clear? Right? Now, at the time the karma vipaka takes place, when I am suffering for my sins, if I am to put it in that way, if I am suffering for my sins, if I am paying for my sins now, the sin, is the sin present when I'm paying for the sin? What do you think? Is the sin present when I'm paying for the sin? Noeline?
Yes, it should be.
Why?
There's a gap between the two.
Now let us take a good thing, right? I am offering something. I have 10 years ago, or my past life, I have offered flowers, incense, all of these good things, right? Fed people, all of that, right? Now, in my current life, I do not go a day without not having food as a result of it. Now, as I'm now partaking upon the meals that I have now received as a result of my good karma, let us say, as for an example's sake, right? I'm partaking in my meals. Am I thinking about the flowers that I've offered? Am I thinking, or am I currently feeding people, or am I currently offering flowers? Is that happening? No, I'm eating. Do you get it? Right? Now, a bad example, unwholesome example, I've spoken ill about people in the past, gossip behind people's backs. Now, there is a lot of sort of slanderish talk going around. So whilst I'm hearing from a friend of mine that this slander is going about, am I thinking about the gossip, or am I gossiping at that moment, that specific karma that was done 10 years ago? Am I thinking about that? Am I still continuing to gossip? No. But I am reaping the benefits of that. Is that clear? No. Right? I am reaping the benefits of it. I'm rather benefits or the vipakas of it, the results of my karmas, actions of the past. But the action is not happening now. It happened. It is past. Right? Now, why is nanakanika karma, asynchronous karma, not in presence condition? Yes, dear.
Because there's a delay in it. In the presence comes, it has to come together, or there has to be an overlap. But here, so it can't be.
It does not overlap, meaning the conditioning state, which is me gossiping or me feeding people or offering flowers and incense and doing good stuff or bad stuff, the karma, the conditioning state and the conditioned state is not arising together or overlapping. I've done the karma, I'm doing the karma today, I'm reaping its result 10 years in the future. Do you understand how presence condition does not work with nanakanika karma there? Do you now, in that spirit, do you understand what presence condition is? It has to overlap, temporary, or at least arise together, supporting its counterpart. Is that clear? Now we go on to connaissance here. A, B, and C, whole of connaissance. Whole of connaissance, right, is under presence condition. Why? It arises together, the conditioning and the conditioned. Is that clear, everyone? Take a look. Both at rebirth and existence, 8-9 chittas, 52 chetasikas, which support each other, connaissant matter. So what is this? This is talking about the relationship. Now, if you have to just take the chittas and the chetasikas, this is talking about the relationship between chittas and chetasikas. If it is the first Lobamula chitta, all of the chetasika counterparts, right, its respective chetasika counterparts, if it is the first chitta that we name here, its chetasika counterparts are the conditioned states. But we could also sort of name one of the chetasikas here and name the rest, the chittas and the rest of the chetasikas here, because it, why? Arises together, takes the same object, ceases together. Do you remember first chapter? It arises together. Let's go to B. 4 great essentials which support each other. 4 great essentials which support each other. When Patavi is present, it supports the others. It's connaissant. All 4 are connaissant. It arises together. But its support is connaissance condition. They arise together, supporting one another. Patavi cannot stand without the power of Apo, Tejo, Vayu. Vayu cannot stand without the power and support of Patavi, Tejo, Apo. Is that clear? right? Now is it clear, getting more clear what presence condition is, right? Presence condition, attipache, right? It must be present. Simple as that. It must be present. How is it present? It must arise together or temporary overlap. In this case, it arises together. Is that clear? Is that clear, everyone? Even the connascent matter, although they exist far longer than the mental counterparts, its mental counterparts, it temporarily overlaps. Is that clear? So we can say in this regard, Attipacha is present. This is Attipacha because it arises together and temporary overlaps as well. Why? Because connascent matter is there. And we know that connascent matter lasts longer than its mental counterpart. Is that clear, everyone? Makes sense? Makes better sense? Get in there. Good. Let's get there together. Right. And now we have, see, at rebirth, in the Panchavokara, in the 5 aggregate plane, where physicality exists, the 4 mental aggregates and the heart base support each other. Right? The heart base, the 4 mental aggregates arise supported by the heart base. Right? The maintaining of the heart base, the continuity of the heart base, what happens if the chitta, if we die, if the chuti chitta viti runs? We will sever the connection between the mind and the body. Right? The heart base will be no more in continuity. Is that clear, everyone? Right? So when the 4 mental aggregates support the heart base supports the mental aggregates as well, connascent. The mental base appears with the 4 mental aggregates. Why? Because the 4 mental aggregates arise at the heart base. Is that clear, everyone? Presence condition. The heart base is there. The 4 mental aggregates are also there. Is it clear? Why connascence condition is always in presence condition, not sometimes, always. Is it clear, everyone? Yeah. Now we have mutuality, anyamanya pacha. Right? Anyamanya pacha. Anyamanya pacha, mutuality condition. Again, another no-brainer. Right? Number 7 here, everyone. Look at this. Anyamanya pacha. It arises supporting one another. Right? Both at rebirth and existence, 89 chittas, 52 chetasikas, they arise doing what? They arise together, arise supporting each other. Anyamanya pacha. Does the chittas arise without the chetasikas? No, it does not. Does the chetasikas arise without the chitta? No, it doesn't. Do you understand? Hence, it is always present. Then we have B, the 4 great essentials, Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayo. We've just discussed the same in connascence condition, right? In connascence condition, we are talking about the element of it arising together. Connascent, ekatupatti labana hetuve, right? Anyamanya pacha is anyonya upakarayen pavatina hetuve. They anyonya upakarayen pavatina hetuve. Because they exist with the mutual support of its counterparts. Do you understand? With the mutual support of its counterpart. Can the chittas arise without chetasikas? No, it cannot. Can the chetasikas arise without chittas? No, it cannot. It arises with the mutual support between them. Right? The 4 great essentials, can one element arise together, everyone? No, it cannot. Can it arise? Can 3 arise just without one other? No, it cannot. It always arises through mutual support. Hence, attipachaya. Do you understand? Is that clear? Right? Then we have 6C, which is the heart base and the mental aggregates. Inconascent, right? Which also comes under mutuality. What is that? That is the relationship of the mind and the body. Right? The heart base serving as base for the mind to arise. Right? Can the mind arise without the heart base? Can the heart base arise? No, can the heart base arise without the other mental counterparts? Cannot. There you see, right? Hence, Attipacha. Is that clear, everyone? Can the Manodwara Vajana Chitta Viti, Manodwarka Chitta Viti, a mind-adverting consciousness stream run without the heart base? No, it cannot. Can anything mental happen without the heart base? No, it cannot. Right? Any sort of cognition cannot take place without the heart base. Is that clear? Hence, what do we see?
Bhante,
Yeah.
that theory only applicable to Panchadvokara, or the not applicable to the it's Arupavachara.
Yes.
In Arupavachara, you don't need heart base.
Yes. So this is only in the Panchabhokara Bhumi.
That's
okay. Yeah. Thank you, Damsiri, for pointing that out. Only we are talking with regards to the Panchabhokara Bhumi where there is a heart base, right? Now, is that clear, everyone? Okay. Why mutuality Anyamanya Pacha is in Attipacha, is under Attipacha? Because they always arise with one another, right? Now, what is the next? The next is we have resultant, vipaka, right? Resultant. Now, let us go to resultant. 14.
Yeah.
Right, result. Both at rebirth and existence, 36 resultant chittas, 38 chetasikas, which support each other and connascent matter. See, 36 resultant chittas, both at rebirth and existence. 36 resultant chittas, 38 chetasikas, which support each other and connascent matter. The conditioned state is 36 resultant chittas the same, right? 38 chetasikas, connascent matter, excluding two intimations. So what is that, everyone? What is vipaka pacha? What is vipaka pacha? Do we remember what vipaka pacha is? Vipaka pacha. Both at rebirth and existence, 36 resultant chittas, right, gives rise, and the chetasikas, which support each other, gives rise to 36 resultant chittas and 38 chetasikas mutually supporting. That is what a vipaka is. What brings about a result, everyone? What brings about a result? That respective result, mutually supports the other phenomena which arise with it to give result. Do you understand? Right? Now let us say, you have made an order, right? Not one package, but several. The order would be several packages. The complete order is several packages you must receive, right? Not one, but several packages. So one package with the rest of the packages would be the complete order. But if one package comes, it's not the complete order. So for the order to be complete, let us say 3 packages. All 3 packages must arrive for the order to be complete. Do you understand? How does the vipaka give its result? By the chittas and chaitasikas, resultant chittas and chaitasikas that arise. Does that make sense? Right? How does that vipaka come about? With that chitta and chaitasika. Right? The resultant chittas have their respective chaitasikas. No? Can the chitta give the result without its chaitasika counterparts? It cannot. Exactly. Now do you get why it's attipaccaya? Because the karmas, the delivery man, if he comes without the packages just to say hi, does that fulfill anything? No. Right? It doesn't. It doesn't fulfill anything. He must come with the packages. Do you understand? Right? So the whole delivery is a delivery man coming with all the packages. Does that make sense? That is vipaka. Is that clear, everyone? Is that clear? What phenomena arise in giving a result is what vipaka paccaya is. Why is vipaka paccaya in presence condition? Because the chittas, chaitasika, dhammas, and its connascent matter in vipaka paccaya arise together and temporarily overlap in giving rise to the resultant. Is that clear, everyone? Is that clear? Yes.
Bhante, the resultant condition, it's not active. Is the reason because the results are there only after karma matures?
Yes.
That's the reason.
No. It is through these phenomena that the result happens. Right? It is a passive force. But it is through which the result takes place. Is that clear? For any sort of vipaka to happen, the result, the chitta and chaitasika must happen. Yeah? Must arise. It arises with that mutual support that exists. Yes, dear.
I'm sorry, I'm asking a very basic thing. Now, it says excluding 2 intimations. No, intimations are not the illimitables. No, what are the 2 intimations?
What are the 2 intimations? Vocal intimation and
Body intimation.
That is when you do things. Intimation is where you do things. So it
inactivity. Oh, so it's vocal and body intimation.
Body, yeah.
Why? Because it's passive. It's vipaka, right?
Thank you, Bhante.
For new bodily or vocal intimation to happen, a karma has to happen. An action must take place, right? Is that understood? Why vipaka paccaya is under attipaccaya? Yeah, because it arises together and temporary overlaps the connascent matter. Temporary overlaps. That is why it is under attipaccaya, everyone. Right. Now we go on to nutriment condition. Right. Now, nutriment condition. Nutriment condition. Nutriment condition. Why is nutriment condition under attipaccaya? Now see. Attipaccaya, again, temporary, arise together, temporary overlap. Let us look at 15.1a, nutritional essence in food. When the nutritional essence in food is presented, what happens? Matter, aharaja rupa arises. Right? Aharaja rupa arises. For aharaja rupa to arise, right? The food must be in your mouth. Is that clear, everyone? The nutriment must be in your mouth, right? The nutriment oja, right? It's not the food, it's the oja, right? Specifically, it is the oja. The oja must be present for aharaja rupa, aharaja rupa to arise. The ahara, sorry, the ahara has to be present for the aharaja rupa to arise. And we know aharaja rupa multiplies. Remember that? It multiplies. Okay, is that clear? So the ahara and the aharaja rupa, when it arises, it is both present. Both of them are present. Do you understand? Is that clear? Right? The aharaja arises out of the fact of nutriment essence, nutritional essence. Nutritional essence must be present for aharaja to arise. Do you understand? Is that clear, everyone? Yeah. Then B, nutritional essence in the groups born of 4 causes. So when we take the kalapas, right, nutritional essence in the group born of 4 causes. Now, when we look at the different causes, kamma, chitta, uttu, ahara, right? Kamma, chitta, uttu, ahara, we always have that ahara present there. Do you remember that? Ahara, oja is present in all of them. Do you remember, or do you need me to pull up the chart? Ahara, you can see, ahara, oja is present in all kalapas, right? Born of these different causes, kamma, chitta, uttu, and ahara. That nutritional essence, internal, ajata, oja, right? What does it do? It supports the matter of that same group. So what does the oja do? It supports, this is organic matter, no? This is organic matter. Organic matter needs that nutritional essence, that support, that is fulfilled by the internal oja. That oja conditioning state is a supporting factor to the conditioned state. What is the conditioned state? Matter existent in that group. Is that clear? Is that clear? Matter of that same group, excluding nutritional essence, of course. Why? Because nutritional essence is here. It is the main factor of support. It is a conditioning state. Do you understand? Is that clear? So nutritional essence that supports that material group and the material group, does it not exist together? It does, everyone. It does. Right? It does. Is that clear? Is that clear? Why it is Atipachaya? Is that clear? Okay. Any questions, anyone? Okay, then we go on to, that's it, right? No, mental ahara, mano ahara. Passa, chetana, chitta. Passa, chetana, chitta. Can mind arise without passa, chetana, chitta? It cannot. It always, that is why it is always in under presence condition, because mind to arise must have contact, volition, chitta. And as a result of it, what arises? 8-9 chittas, 52 chaitasikas, material matter connascent with each nutriment. Each nutriment. Each respective nutriment. So there can be a whole group or many, right? Contact, volition, chitta. This mental volition, mental contact mental chitta supports matter connascent with each nutriment. Look at that. It supports its persistence. This is why it is under presence condition. Is that clear, everyone? Right? Because both of those has to be there. Right? Is our understanding getting better? Good. All right. Now, we go on to what? Faculty. Faculty. Indriya Pacha. Indriya Pacha, everyone. Indriya Pacha. Now, where is Indriya Pacha? Faculty. Here it is, number 16. Faculty condition. Faculties of three types: pre-nascence, material life, connascence. First one being 5 sensitivities, right? The 5 material sensitivities, Chakku, Sota, Gahana, Jibha, Kaya, right? When the materials, as a result, pre-nascence, no? So the material sensitivities are part of your body before that respective consciousness that allowed you to view the flower arose. Is that clear? The operational eye, the prasada rupa is present, right? The material sensitivity is present before you might see heavy snow tomorrow, but you haven't seen it as yet. The eye is present, which makes it pre-nascence, right? Understood? Right? When you get up in the morning and you see the snow, the relevant chakku vinyana will arrive supporting the eye to comprehend the snow. Pre-nascence. So at the moment of seeing the snow, the chakku prasada material sensitivity as well as the respective chakku vinyana will both be present with its chetasika counterparts. Now, in the Dvipancha Vinyanas, we only had the 7 universal Chetasikas. If you remember, Dvipancha Vinyana only has the 7 universal Chetasikas. Right? That is why we see the 7 universals here. We have nothing else supports the Dvipancha Vinyanas. Is that clear, everyone? When you see, when you hear, when you smell, when you taste, and when you feel, what happens? The 5 sensitive, one of the 5 sensitivities, it activates with what? The Dvipancha Vinyana. So what happens? It temporarily overlaps at a position, a place, the prasada rupa, which is pre-nascence. It existed before that respective consciousness arose, enabling seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, feeling. Is that clear? Does that make sense? Any questions that you would like to ask? Second one, material life, right? Material life. Material life, rupa, jivita, indriya, faculty at rebirth and during existence. We know that this is karma born. 9 karma born matter connascent with life. So we take the matters that are connascent with jivita, indriya, but without the Jivitindra, because Jivitindra is the main supporting factor in the conditioning state, right? So Jivitindriya we find here, material Jivitindriya is here. It supports what? It supports the 9 groups of karma-born matter. Is that clear, everyone? 9 groups of karma-born matter. Is that clear? No? In karma-born matter, right, you need something. It's matter, it's organic, isn't it? It's organic matter. Karma-born matter has Jivita Indriya in it. Look at your chart. Does it not have Jivita? Not this chart. Do you not have the other chart? The karma group chart, right? If you look at that chart, you will see that Rupa Jivita Indriya exists in each and every karma-born matter. Right? That it is because of that Jivita Indriya that the matter is able to persist for 17 mind moments. Is that clear? It is not a softball which is thrown. No, it is organic. Right? That maintenance is done by what? Rupa Jivita Indriya. Right? The Jivita Indriya is present within the Rupa. Do you understand? The Jivita Indriya is present in the Rupa. That is why Jivita Indriya in the karma-born, 9 karma-born groups is Atipacha, because it has always got to be there for those 17 mind movements to run. If it is not there, how is organic matter going to persist? This is organic matter. Do you understand? Is that clear? Do you understand how it is? It falls under Atipacha, presence condition, everyone. Because organic, the Jivita Indriya has to be present in the organic matter to persist and do what matter does, which is exist for 17 mind moments. Is that clear? Dil, do you want to say something?
No, but I'm trying hard to follow this particular thing you're telling me.
Okay, let me try to pull out that chart. Okay, here it is, everyone. Now look. Now look at these karma bonds here, right? These are the karma-born Kalapa groups. Now then, let us look down here. Now we looked at nutrition, right? Now see, nutrition is here, number 18, everyone. Number 18, nutrition here. See, nutrition is there in Kamma, Chitta, Uttu, and Ahar. Nutrition is there, right? Now, Jivitindriya, this is Jivitindriya. Before number 17, right? Jivitindriya is there in all 9 karma-born matter groups. Do you understand? Material Jivitindriya, material Jivitindriya. Is that clear? It is material Jivita Indriya. Okay. Which also says a very interesting thing there then, right? If this is supported by the material Jivitindriya, right, Kamma, while nutritional support is given by Ahara, then Chitta, temperature, nutriment would be supported by what? Because we don't find the Jivitindriya material Jivitindriya here, no? So this would, Chitta would always be mind. It is supported by mind. Right? It would be supported by mind. Temperature, nutriment. Supported by what then? Both by mind. Mental Jivitindriya. Both by mind. Right? Because the navigation of temperature is done by the mind. Right? Now, for example, you see, even studies has found when the mind is strong, you can navigate cold temperatures. Right? Just by the fact of the mind being strong. Right? Now it is a growing, it is a rapidly growing thing of ice baths is very rapidly growing, right? You go on to any health site, they will talk about ice cold baths, which is so good for the system, right? Now, all of that is navigated, you find the mind, right? Everyone would speak about the mind, right? Nutritional support, that too comes as mind support. So do you see this, everyone? Coming back to Indriya Pacha, this is what we're talking about. This Indriya supports a prolonging of this karma bond, 9 karma bond. Is that clear, everyone? So to this group, its Jivita Indriya is this line here. So this is a conditioning state, and this becomes a conditioned state for Indriya Pacha, not everything. We are not saying that this karma bond group, the whole predominance of it is Indriya. No, we are saying that its life faculty has Indriya Pacha happening. Do you understand? Okay. Now, going back to the chart. Indriya, prenascence. Okay, material life. Then we have connascence. 8 material faculties. Life, chitta, feeling, faith, energy, mindfulness, one-pointedness, wisdom. And what arises as a result? 8, 9 chittas, 52 chaistikas, matter, connascence, with faculties. Right. Now, everyone, 8 mental faculties, correct? 8 mental faculties we find here. See, 8 mental faculties. And what do we have here? 8, 9 chittas, 52 chaitasikas. So the 8 mental faculties are included within those rest as well. What does that say? That one of these faculties can become, right? These mental faculties can overpower, right? Become Indriya, right? It gives rise to the rest of the 8, 9 chittas and whatever chaitasikas. Do you understand? So the Indriya and the rest of the mentalities would arise together. Yeah, arise together. And connascence, matter with faculties, arise together and temporary overlap. Is that clear? Presence condition. Because when you take an Indriya, life, chitta, feeling, faith, energy, mindfulness, one-pointedness, wisdom, right? It is a mental force, mental chitta, chaitasika, right? Mental chitta or chaitasika dhamma. That mental chitta or chaitasika dhamma will arise with the rest of the 8, 9 chittas and 52 chaitasikas. So it will arise together, cease together. But what will persist beyond the mentalities? The rupas. So temporary overlap. Is that clear? Hence, Attipachaya. Because the conditioning state, and the conditioned state will be present. Is that clear, everyone? Yeah? Any questions? Am I going too fast? Are you okay? Is everyone okay? Okay. These are things that we have simply covered. We just simply need to understand how it is present. Right? Simply on the fact that they arise together or temporary overlap. Simple as that. That would tell you a whole story about the nature of that phenomena, right? The nature of that phenomena. Then we have Jnana-Pachaya. Jnana-Pachaya. Jnana-Pachaya is what? Jnana-Pachaya is when the mind becomes entirely engrossed in a certain phenomena. What is that? Now, number 17, everyone, Jnana-Pachaya. Engrossed. This is not the absorptions, by the way. We are not talking about absorptions. We are talking about being engrossed the mind being taken over by this sense of one-pointedness over a certain phenomena. Remember that, everyone, with jhana paccaya, right? So in application, in initial application, sustained application, zest feeling one-pointedness, connascent with 71 chittas. Connascent with 71 chittas.
79.
Sorry, 79 chittas. Sorry, 79, thanks. 79 chittas. Excluding the 10 sense consciousnesses. Excluding the 10 sense consciousnesses. What is happening? This is where owing, now look at this, everyone. Owing to this, the conditioning states here, right, which is initial application, sustained application, zest feeling, one-pointedness, what happens? We become engrossed in these or are in these. Do you understand? Right? Engrossed in these. So which is really, when we say we are the creators of our world, this is what it says here. What are we getting engrossed in? We are getting engrossed in that mind and matter complex that arises as we perceive it. What is that in? So see, 79 chittas, excluding sense consciousness, because they are absolutely useless in the process of any sort of engrossed, other than the actual taking of object, right? In the process of supporting the taking of objects, supporting what? Supporting not the mind, but the physical sense base to operate. That's all they do. Hence, we take away the 10 sense consciousnesses, but we have 79 chittas, 52 chetasikas, and connascent matter. Is that clear? Right. So this, if we are to take, everyone, if you are to take your, now this is basically saying Atipacha again, if you are to take your Chitta and Chetasika chart, right, and you see one group, let us say, the first loba, right? You don't have to take it, but if you just see the first loba, whatever, if you take initial application there, right, Vitaka, the Vitaka is present while the Lobha Chitta is there and its respective Chetasikas. Isn't that so? Hence it is Atipachaya. In Jhana Pachaya as well, whilst we are engrossed, what are we engrossed with? We are engrossed with one of these 79 Chittas and 52 Chetasikas, whatever that data which has been taken by this. What enables that ability to be engrossed, jhana paccaya, to be absorbed into a certain phenomena? That is because of initial application, sustained application, zest, feeling, one-pointedness. In another way, what is the jhana felt by? The jhana is felt by to the jhana chittas. Is that understood, everyone? The jhana can be experienced through the karma chittas and the kriya chittas. Isn't that right, everyone? Right? Karma chittas experienced by, of course, the non-arahants, and kriya chittas experienced by the arahants. That is how you experience a karma, a jhana, as an arahant or a mundane being, right? Now, that experience of jhana is seen by what? We see through the rupa, the arupa, jhana chittas, isn't it? Those jhana chittas have chitta and chetasikas, correct? Correct, everyone? Those chittas have their chetasika counterparts. So let us take vitaka. In any one of those chittas, you take vitaka. Vitaka, does it not exist with the rest of the chetasikas and the chitta itself? Right? Initial application? Initial application exists together with the rest of the chetasikas as well as the chitta. Hence, Atipachaya. Do you understand? Is that clear? Right? So, if we take any of the chittas, right, now what do we need? Initial application, sustained application, zest, feeling, one-pointedness, right? Zest, feeling, one-pointedness. Through these phenomena, we can become engrossed in a phenomena, jhana paccaya. So the conditioning state and the conditioned state rise together, and because there's connasal matter, temporary overlap. Is that clear? All right. Then we have any questions, anyone? Then we have path. Then we have path. Number 18. 9 Chetasikas connascent with 71 rooted chittas. Wisdom in application. Wisdom, initial application, 3 abstinences, energy, mindfulness, one-pointedness, view. Anyways, view. This is anything that ensures what? A sure path leading somewhere. Magga paccaya. A path must go somewhere. No? Right. It must go somewhere. Anything that would head somewhere would be included in Magga paccaya. It talks about the fact that it will lead somewhere. Now, what are the dhammas which will take you somewhere? 8 Chetasikas, 9 Chetasikas connascent with 71 rooted chittas, wisdom in initial application, wisdom, initial application, 3 abstinences, energy, mindfulness, one-pointedness, view. Do you understand? These 9, okay? These 9, everyone. What are the 9? Wisdom, initial application, 3 abstinences, energy, mindfulness, one-pointedness, view. These Chetasika Dhammas, which are in all 71 rooted chittas, 52 Chetasikas, matter connascent with rooted chittas, right? At the moment when the conditioned states arise, are the conditioning states not present in this regard? Yes or no?
Yes.
It is present. It is present. Why? Because it takes the same object, it arises together, it ceases together. Yeah, understood. Hence, it is ati paccaya. Hence, it is ati paccaya. 9 Chetasikas connascent with 71 rooted chittas. Wisdom, initial application, 3 abstinences, energy, mindfulness, one-pointedness, view. These would allow Magga paccaya to be present. How? Through what medium? The 71 rooted chittas. So any phenomena that is taken by the 71 rooted chittas and 52 Chetasikas becomes Magga paccaya there, right? Becomes Magga paccaya there. And because the conditioning state and the conditioned state arise together, right? Arise together and temporary overlap. Why? Because matter connascent with rooted chittas, right? Sahajata chittata rupas. temporary overlap. Is that clear, everyone? Is that clear? Is it a bit too much? It is all what we have done. It is simply asking one simple question. Does it arise together? Is it existing at a certain time? That's the only question we are asking today, right? And it does. How do we know? Just pull out this chart. You will know. This chart on Chittas and Chetasikas. It will show you that these Dhammas, right? These Dhammas are present while this arises. However, the Dhammas defined here are named as conditioning states, which condition the rest of the 71 Chetas and the 52 Chetasikas respectively, according to Maggapacha. Simple as that, everyone. Presence. Right? Now, then we have association. Association. Association is, you have association, disassociation, closeness. Okay. Association. Same as 7a. 7a, association condition. The fact that they associate one another, the fact that they associate one another allows it to be associated by association, right? Why by association? Because they are of the same what mind. See, 7a, 8-9 Chittas, 52 Chetasikas. 8-9 Chittas, 52 Chetasikas. Association, associated by what? They associate by their nature, nature of mind. Is that clear? Nature of mind, everyone. Nature of mind. Then we have, so that is association condition, right? Same as 7a. Is that clear? We have Chitta Chetasikas there. Chittas and Chetasikas always arise together. Hence, it's Attipacha, right? Association condition because they are the same in nature. Disassociation, or was it non-disappearance? Let me check. Non-disappearance. Non-disappearance, which is same as 21. All of these, right? The next one is association condition clear? Why it's Attipacha? It's mind. It's Chittas and Chetasikas. They associate their mind. They always arise together, right? They persist together. They pass away together, take the same object. Hence it's Attipacha. Now we come to non-disappearance, which is same as 21, which is presence, Atti. Right? Now don't get confused, right? Attipachaya, right? Here we are looking at Attipachaya, right? Attipachaya, the fact that these natures hold on. let me contemplate on how to say this. Okay, non-disappearance. The fact that they exist is what non-disappearance is. The fact that they exist allow for those natures to continue. It is, as we remember, what the note said was, it was a play of word, right? To cover any other ground, right? The fact that they are present, the fact that they do not disappear and are present. Do you understand? Right? So it's like being parents who are always present, being parents who are not absent. Do you get what I mean? It's the same thing, right? It's the same thing in the same manner, right? Presence. Now, under presence, we have connascence, prenascence, postnascence, nutriment, and faculty. and faculty. So non-disappearance would be included under presence. Why? Because all of these, now let us just take 11, right? Post-nascence, 11 post-nascence, right? The fact that they do not disappear is what is non-disappearance. What is post-nascence here? In 5 aggregate plane, the later 85 chitta starting from first bhavanga and the 52 chetasikas. In the the conditioned state is, in the 5 aggregate plane, matter of body arisen along with preceding chitta from rebirth on at the phase of presence. Now remember, chitta, 1 chittakkana, matter 17 chittakkana. So does it not temporarily overlap? It does, right? In post-nascence, the conditioning state would arise later. The conditioned state would be present before. So the matter would be present before the mind, its mind counterpart is there, is present. Exactly, everyone. That is post-nascence. So the matter would overlap with the mind when it arises, right? The mind that arises in the future supports the matter. Do you understand? Right? So now, how is post-nascence Atipachaya under that column Atipachaya, which we are now working on, under non-disappearance? The fact that, of course, the fact that it is present is the answer to that question, which I asked and I answered. The post-nascence here would be now what? Not arising together, but temporary overlapping. How does it temporarily overlap, everyone? The matter overlaps. When the mind arises for 1 chittakkana, the matter had already arisen. It needs the mind, or at that exists at the same time that specific mind arises, right? And then after the mind demises also, it will continue. But it was supported by that mind. Do you understand? No. The matter arises first. The matter persists for 17 mind moments, right? Through that lifetime of being 17 mind moments, the matter is supported by mind that arises 2 chittakkanas after its arising, right? So that chitta supports the matter which arose in the past but is still continuing, right? That is how Atipachaya is present there, right? Because the matter that arose, which is this one here, everyone, in 5 aggregate plane, Panchabhokara Bhumi, later 85 chitta started from first bhavanga on to the 52 and the 52 chetasikas. This arises later. What arises first is the matter of the body arisen along with the preceding chitta from rebirth on at the phase of presence. So the consciousness which arises later supports the matter that arose with the preceding chitta, right? Supports the matter of the preceding chitta. Is that clear? Now the preceding chitta lives for or maintains for 70 mind moments. So when preceding chitta or the matter which arose with the preceding chitta will meet this mind moment, right? Because it exists longer than the lifetime of the mind it arose with. That is how it is Atipachaya. It is present. Is that clear? Okay. let's bring out the big guns, the iPad and the pencil. All right. Now,
Bhante,
yes.
I'm sorry, excuse me, I have to leave.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
don't feel good. I don't feel good. That's why.
Okay. Okay, Devi.
Okay. They don't send.
Oh, I hope you're okay. Ah, the iPad is charging. Okay. So maybe let us see how many more we have to do. Oh no. Okay. Right. Now we have non-disappearance and post-nascence, which we are doing now. Following are the 5 always included in decisive support. Okay, so we had to do these as well. So let us do it next week. Okay, let us do it next week. Okay, everyone. Right. Okay. So then let us do it next week. So with regards to the morning meditation, the morning meditations will not be held. I will let you know when it's going to start again, if it does, because of course the Christmas season, it's snowing, all of these things affecting, so the morning meditations, the next time that I'm going to see you is going to be for the sutra class. And for the sutra class, but of course, please continue with your daily practice, which is of paramount importance. And I will see you next time on Wednesday, Theron Sunday. Take care. And of course, everyone, with regards to what we've just done, if it's just going over your head, remember, just read the definitions and look at the conditioning and condition state. It is not that difficult. It is simply asking one question. Does it overlap in time? Right? Does the phenomena arise together, or is it overlapping at any point of time? Right? Simply that question. Okay. So I will see you all. Right? Take care. Theron Sanai.
Teruvan Saranai Bhante.